In the year 2192, humanity's frontier stretched to the Epsilon Eridani system, 11 light years from Sol. The colony on Epsilon, Eridani Foralush, terraformed world, rich in rare earths and helium-3 become the jewel of human expansion. But the Zorath Collective, an ancient alien hegemony of silicon-based life forms, saw it as an encroachment on their ancestral migration routes. The Zorath arrived without declaration. Their fleet materialized from behind the system's Urt cloud, using Alcubierre-like warp bubbles to bypass relativistic limits. 20 massive dreadnoughts, each a crystalline lattice, 5 kilometers long, grown from asteroid-mined silicates, and powered by zero-point energy. Their hulls shimmered with adaptive metamaterials, capable of refracting laser fire or absorbing kinetic impacts by phase-shifting density. Opposing them, the United Earth Navy's Task Force Vanguard, under Admiral Kira Novak. Her flagship, the UNS Titanfall, was a 6-kilometer behemoth, spinal railgun coils running its full length, capable of accelerating 100-ton tungsten penetrators to 0.25 C. Flanking her were 15 other capital ships, carriers, and cruisers backed by swarms of AI-piloted interceptors. Human ships relied on deuterium-tritium fusion torches for sustained 6G acceleration. Armor of multi-layered graphene composites, interleaved with magnetic plasma shields. Novak stood on Titanfall's bridge, holographic displays painting the enemy in crimson. Range: 2 light minutes. Their decelerating hard must be pooling 80 grams inside those crystal matrices. Her tactical officer, Commander Raj Patel, nodded grimly. Sensors confirm. Their weapons are charged particle beams and antimatter-catalyzed torpedoes. If we let them close to 1 light minute, those beams will slice us like butter. Novak's voice was steel. We won't let them. Launch all drones. Prepare spinal batteries for Alpha Strike. Helm, bring us to flank Speedivesa Vector Gamma. The human fleet ignited, thrusting sideways at maximum burn. Crew endured the crush in acceleration couches filled with shock-absorbing gel. Blood pumped artificially to prevent blackout. The Zorath opened fire first. From crystalline apertures, along their hulls erupted lances of accelerated protons beams, carrying gigajoules per second, focused by gravitic lenses. At 2 light minutes, light lag was brutal. 4 minutes round trip for targeting data. Human countermeasures flared. Point defense. Masers vaporized incoming beam pads, creating plasma blooms to diffuse energy. Magnetic fields deflected charged particles, but precision told. The battleship Unstundard took a grazing hit. Her port shields collapsed. The beam carved a molten furrow through armor, venting decks to space. Alarms wailed as automated bulkheads sealed, but hundreds died instantly. Flash frozen in vacuum. Damage report. Novak demanded. Thunderchild crippled. Admiral, she's falling out of formation. Novak swallowed rage. Signal her to withdraw under drone cover. All ships. Return fire on designated targets. Titanfall's spinal gun charged with a deep hum, capacitors drawing from the fusion core. The entire ship aligned the gyros compensating. Fire. The railgun recoiled violently, slamming the crew forward against harnesses. A 100-ton slug left the muzzle at quarter light speed. Invisible death crossing the void in 8 minutes. Across the fleet, similar salvos launched, staggered to overwhelmed defenses. The Zorath adapted. Their metamaterial hulls shifted, absorbing initial impacts by dispersing energy into higher dimensions so human physicists theorized from sensor ghosts. 3 human projectiles. The first shattered Autolatis, the second penetrated deep, the third detonated embedded explosives, cracking the zero-point core. The alien ship imploded in a cascade of exotic particles, a brief artificial supernova lighting the system. The Zorath retaliated with antimatter torpedoes, missiles propelled by photon sails, carrying payloads that annihilated on contact with matter. Human drone swarms intercepted, kamikaze dives triggering premature detonations. Space blossomed with annihilation flares, gamma rays washing over shields. Closer now. 1. Like down to 2 minutes. Novak seized the initiative. Carriers, launch fighter wings, target their propulsion nodes. Cruisers. Broadside missile barrage. Thousands of human fighters leak. Fusion-driven craft armed with nuclear-pumped X-ray lasers warmed forward at 10 grams. Zorath point defenses were fractal turrets, firing shards of diamond at hypersonic speeds. Fighters died in droves, but survivors closed, losing critical facets. When Zorath, battleship, lost drive harmony. Tumbling helplessly. On Titanfall's bridge, tension peaked. A direct antimatter torpedo locked on. Evasive. All power to lateral thrusters. The ship groaned under 8G's sideways burn. The torpedo grazed, annihilating a section of shield generators. Radiation alarms screamed. Crew in exposed sections received lethal doses. Patel reported casualties mounting. We've lost 4 cruisers, Admiral. Enemy down 6, but their flagship is advancing unscathed. The Zorath command vessel a 10-kilometer monolith. Its core a captured micro-black hole for energy pushed forward relentlessly. Novak's eyes narrowed. That's our target. All remaining Spinos. Converge fire on the flagship. Overcharge if needed. Engineers Redland reactors. Structural warnings blared. The fleet aligned in a desperate volley. Dozens of relativistic slugs converged. Zorath defenses intercepted half, sacrificing smaller ships as shields. But 10 struck home. The flagship's hull fractured along crystal planes. Penetrators bored inward, disrupting the Hawking radiation containment around the micro-black hole. For a heartbeat, nothing. Then catastrophe. The black hole, unstabilized, began evaporating uncontrollably. Hawking radiation spiked, vaporizing the ship from within in a blaze of pure energy. Brighter than the system's star. Chain reaction rippled through the Zorath fleet. Without central command linked via quantum entanglement, the aliens faltered. Formations breaking. Human fighters and missiles poured into the gaps, picking off stragglers. One Zorath dreadnought attempted suicide ram, accelerating at 100 grams toward Titanfall. Novak ordered full reverse thrust, ramming speed denied. Spino 1 last shot at point-blank mirror. Thousands of kilometers the final slug fired. It struck the Ramar's core dead on. The alien vessel disintegrated in a kinetic fireball. Hours later, the void fell silent, drifting wreckage, crystalline shards, and human alloy tumbling eternally. Task Force, Vanguard, half destroyed. Over 50,000 dead. But the Zorath fleet annihilated. Epsilon. Eridani. Secure. On Titanfall's battered bridge, Admiral Novak stared at the casualty lists. Voice hoarse. We paid in blood, ... But we held. Humanity endures. She turned to Patel. Signal Sol Command Victoriat Epsilon. The Stowels remain ours. In the aftermath, survivors gathered in memorial services, honoring the fallen. The battle became legend, a turning point, proving human ingenuity and resolve could triumph over alien might. Yet Novak knew this was merely the first war. The galaxy was vast, and the Zorath, collective. Ancient, more shadows lurked in the void. But for now, humanity had won, at terrible cost, but decisively. The frontier pushed onward, forehead in fire.